Alrighty. I believe we are ready. Testing, testing. Hold on a second. Give me one more minute. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, we good. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, everyone. It's Jemuzu, your favorite goat boy hero from another world, and we are back with more Xenoblade Chronicles X. I told y'all we'd be doing a post-game discussion stream. Yipping yapping about a bunch of different things, but that's besides the point. We are here now. I got my friend over here, Linkway Interactive. We're gonna go through some Xenoblade X Online and just give it a good little look, and also just talk about Chapter 13, some post-game stuff. Just lay out our overall thoughts on the game and talk about what we want to see next from the Xenoblade series. That and so much more. Hopefully you all stick around for today. This stream could be a long one, but rest assured, it is going to be a fun one. I'm going to get us ready to go now. But that's what we're going to be doing today. At least in my opinion. I hope everyone is having a... did not mean to close that. Hold on. I hope everybody is having a real good time today so far. Hope you're all enjoying your Sunday. We are... Let me get this on over here. Let me just... Yep, turn off that mic. Alrighty then, just want to be completely sure we are in the clear for today's lovely stream. I'm gonna get the boy on now. Let's get him in here. Alrighty, we are ready to go. Linkoid, my man, how are you doing today? Happy to hear, man. Happy to hear. We got stuff to do. In other words, mess around with Xenoblade. And... Yay. Fun stuff all around. I'm gonna check sure the audio's all correct. Let me actually turn it on this time and not forget. There we go. Alright, man. We are ready to go. So... if I recall, you're probably the only VTuber friend in this sphere that I know who's actually beaten Chapter 13, correct? Right, of course. Hold on one second. I need to freaking change that around because this thing's stupid like that. Hold on. Hang on. Sorry. It's gonna be a conundrum, but we can make it work. Alright, yeah, this'll do for it. Okay, sorry, man, you were saying?
Yeah, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna actually get in, let's get in on some online stuff really quickly. Let's see... Always show the choice. Alright. Global Nemesis battles. These missions involve all players fighting enormous enemies. You can accept them from the network console in the back of the Blade Barracks. Squad membership is required. 2 global nemesis has been identified: Telethia Plum and Yulorith Zero, and they appear at fixed intervals. Time until the next appearance is shown on the squad selection screen. Okay, yeah, no, okay. Cool. Raid bosses. Let me see. You on the game right now, or?
Yes, I am. Well, yes, I have the game open, but...
Hop the freak.
Not as squad. I was waiting until you joined the one.
Oh, I'm waiting to join on... I was gonna wait to join on yours.
Oh, okay. I'll just join randomly then.
This player is either not currently in a squad or is playing in offline mode. Makes sense. Okay. You're not following any players. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... Okay, how the heck are we supposed to do this whole thing? Play in private squad, quick assign. Got that. Alright, now you're up. Alright. Alright, I'm joining off you, man. Very nice. You can take on Telethia Plum. Barracks, okay.
A huge spoiler off my screen.
What huge spoiler?
Thank you for the follow, person.
I.
I'm potentially not saying your name.
Let me see. I ought to freaking turn this on because we are in post game.
I only say people's names if they like talk in chat first, because I know some people don't like their name. Some workers don't like their name being read out loud. Thank you for the follow.
Yee.
Shall we do this? Right, get the spoilers off the screen, that's what I was doing.
Alrighty
No
then.
more spoilers off the screen.
What spoilers?
Oh, I can't say it.
Hold on, let me.
What else is spoilers on your screen, too?
You mean?
The one that you changed in the settings?
Oh.
I mean,
Well.
you don't have to turn them on, I just don't like them having them on my screen.
I put spoilers in my notification and tag, so yeah, no excuse. Oh, hello, Zaruk, my friend. How's it going? I did art for this dude a little bit back. How you doing, my guy?
Oh, you need to turn shared chat on.
Shared chat? I thought shared chat was on. Or hey, now, what do you mean by
No,
shared?
you have to turn it on. You have to turn it on. Separately.
Okay, separate.
Above your icon, there's like a little button, 2 chat bubbles.
Okay, hold on. Actually, I have to pull out a menu. Hold on. Okay, start share chatting. All right, there we go.
So,
All right, my bad. I thought it was already. My bad. My bad. All right.
hello Zaru, thank you for the follow.
Ohio. Alrighty then. But yeah. Alrighty then. So, I've not. Huh?
Does Zaru even have the game?
I don't know. Zaruk, you got the game?
What?
Huh?
Okay, there we go. So you're in the squad, right?
I believe so. I joined off of you. I mean, hold on. I see a net. I have not touched the online in the slightest, so I might be a little dumb in that regard. I might need a bit of assistance. I'm in front of the network console now, so good call. Good call.
We're gonna start off with squad tasks. So hit R or R, not R. Hit right stick to open up the mission menu. And then hit D tab right like 4 times.
1, 2, 3. Okay, squad tasks. Alright, I see those. Yeah, those little missions. Alright. Well, fine.
Yeah, so, since you're your first time being online, you may not have seen it before, but those are basically the objectives are going to be marked with like S's on your map.
Yeah, I think I saw them in offline play. I didn't mess with them then, though. I'm curious where the heck you're at, though. That's the one thing I'm, wondering.
You won't actually be able to see them right now.
Oh, that sucks. That's a little suckish.
Squad passwords, they're just kind of...
Here.
They're always going on constantly, and they're just kind of like a thing you can do while you're just going on.
Ah, I see. Well,
And you do get rewards for doing it. Hi, Snow, how's it going?
hello.
I'm playing Xenoblade.
Yee. On a Sunday. How unqueef.
Yeah, I'm part of Jemuzu's stream today.
Yee. Where the heck?
I'm going to be showing him the ropes of online play because the
I mostly...
Showing him the ropes is usually online.
I don't know. I'm currently...
We don't get very many collections. That one here.
Let me see. Whatever collectible is here is done. Alright. But yeah, my guy. To my knowledge, we have both beaten Chapter 13, Acts 1 through 3. I mean, yeah, we're not doing a raid boss right now, so we might as well. What is your over... Oh, bro's elite. Okay. Oh, well, Snow, you ought to jump on it. It is a good time to anyways. You know, we're probably going to be in a drought for another mainline game for a good while, so... Yeah. Good time as any to jump in when you're ready. Jump on it, he says. I've said far more sus shit on my streams before, man. Trust me. Get in line with it. Quick cooldown on the Skells. I love it. Oh, but it runs out quick, though, for the big attacks. Okay. Snow, what are you doing? What are you yapping about, bro? That I've been on it for hundreds of hours? What game are you on? Hold on, if you've been on for hundreds of hours, he says now's the time to get on it. Oh! Alright, I don't think that's a bad start. I think, especially with recent content, it feels more like this would go at the end of, like, a run through the games, but hey, I don't mind. Oh, you're on the final boss of 1. Well...
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to be high about spoilers for the
we're gonna go into, like, light stuff. We're gonna go primarily stuff related to, like, 3 and Future Redeemed, but also we probably are gonna go into a little bit of Saga stuff, because there is, like, a bit of discourse I saw online about a certain piece of the ending that kind of had people talking about Saga again, so... Yeah. When I get the VTuber model in, I'm definitely gonna give Saga a stream. I want to give that a live little, stream on there when I get the chance. Oh yeah, we're going after a couple of, what? It literally just turned to 9, that dude vanished before my eyes. That was... okay. Oh, yo, you can just do this in the... Damn, okay. Alright. Me likey.
Yeah, that was
I kept going to those stupid freaking stations for a while, thinking that was the only way I could change the time of day. Oh, that's funny. Alright. On the final boss of 1 now, yeah. Ooh boy, okay. Alrighty, so... I'd say in terms of spoiler discussion, Link, where do you want to start? I mean, I sent you a list of, like, just, topics overall, but, like... I mean, generally speaking, like, I think the first thing to really get out the way... What did you think of Chapter 13?
It didn't feel out of place to me. It was exactly what I was expecting. I'm not disappointed with it.
I think the same thing too. You were gonna follow up on all that stuff from X. That felt like the way to do it. But I also kind of feel like it kind of blurred into, like, sequel territory almost with how, like, big it got, in my opinion. Like, if you were to ask me, the plot of, like, Chapter 13 Acts 1 through 3 kind of felt like, oh, this could have either been a bigger, needed to be, like, a bigger expansion, because it felt like so much happened so quickly. That's, like, the only gripe I have about it. Other than that, it was peak. Like, genuinely.
Yeah. Like, I really like the improvement in the character writing as well. Like, we learned so much about the new character, Al, like, in so little time.
Yeah.
He really felt like, the hero figure of this game was kinda missing. I suppose maybe Elma was supposed to be that, but she didn't quite fill the role like they had for the other games.
I always saw Elma as kind of like she's fitting in the Melia Nia kind of role for the story. If you wanted to, like, pinpoint it to like a certain character, she kind of fit that role for me.
Yeah.
It's cool as hell. Trust me, I love Elma. Make no mistake. But like, yeah, no, like proper main characterness, I think was something kind of missing from X, at least in terms of base game stuff. Let me see. All right. So okay, we obviously know Al is the GOAT. There is no denying that. Oh my god, hold on 1 second. Wait, I'm trying to... Ugh. Alright, sorry. Alright, so sorry, I had to frickin' mute. One of my roommates needed something. Anyways, so, alright, so... In terms of Chapter 13 stuff, we can all agree that Al is the GOAT. No questions asked. He is super cool.
What did you think of the new area?
I thought the new area was really neat. It, again, kind of adding to the idea that it kind of was meant to be like a new thing. The way that area started up felt like, oh, that's kind of like how a game would start. But that's not a bad thing. If anything, it just made it more interesting. I love the way how, in the context of the game, you know, for Chapter 13 onward, you start with Mira as you've known it for, like, the longest time. You've gone through all of it already twice just to refresh for the new content. Then, afterwards, we do that whole, like, oh, we gotta evacuate the planet thing. And then, you know, when we go into that new area, it's, like, shrouded in, like, a purpley mist. And I'm like, okay, no, is this going to be, like, new area? There's, like, a lot of details. And then after the another bit, this is a spoiler discussion, so I don't see a need to censor it. The first confrontation, like, proper confrontation with Void, and then we got to see that area in full, I gotta admit, I kind of vibed with it. I like it. They teased it a little bit, and then we got through the full thing. Yeah, it's cool. I think I also mentioned on stream as well that it kind of reminded me of, like, areas from the, like, Xenoblade 1 almost. I don't know what the exact, thing to justify that was, but I remember saying something along the lines of, it kind of looks like a High Telethia kind of place, at least in terms of vibe. Not, like, overall aesthetic, just, like, vibe.
Yeah. I can see that. Because of the floating islands.
A lot of that, yeah. I mean, to be fair, X has a lot of floating islands. I'm in freaking Oblivia right now, and I'm looking at a few of those floating islands, but in terms of this new area especially, yeah, no, it definitely gave off a good, nice Xenoblade 1 kind of vibe, almost, in its area. But what about you? What do you think of, what was it, Valdros, I believe? I forgot the name. Valadros, I believe it was? You already forget the name.
I don't remember. It's been nearly a month now since I played that area.
Oh, dang.
I thought it was cool. I wish there was a tracker, like a percentage tracker. That was pretty much the only thing that I was disappointed by, though.
Yeah.
We got new tyrants, we got treasure, we didn't get new collectibles.
Yeah. I think if they did do that, I think that could have been a bit much. Just because of, like, oh, we're going through... It's a whole new area, so, like... I don't know what they would have added, though, for, like, collectible-wise. That's the one thing.
Basically, I was hoping for an exploration experience similar to the one I did when I first got X. Which I did. The problem is, I could never be 100% sure if I got everything. Because it didn't have, like, Frontier Nav. It didn't have the Frontier Nav segments or anything like that. So the exploration wasn't quite as satisfying.
Yeah, I definitely could see why.
What this game was about originally.
Yeah.
I could tell, like, for chapter 15 they really switched it up. It was more about the story, so that gets a pass. You get a pass on that one.
100%. Like...
It might have been overwhelming for some people as well. It felt like, oh, I gotta do everything now. And they didn't want people to feel like that. They had to do everything in the middle of the chapter.
Yeah, I mean, look, RPG fans will sink 100 hours into, like, Persona 5 or something for a single playthrough. You tell them to do that for a Xenoblade game, I don't think they'd be against it, but also, again, with X's new content, they were trying to remedy, like, the story issues of the first one and, like, resolve a lot of the cliffhangers that were left open for, like, 10 years. Again, 10 whole years. And, to me... You know, they did some cool extra stuff here and there, but I don't think they had to do a lot. And I think they struck a good balance, especially when it comes down to the new area and everything, and also just all the lore that you get out of it. Oh. Let's see here. Alrighty then, so... We talked about frickin'... Let's see... I guess on the topic of, the new area, what do we think of Void? Like, as a new antagonist for the series, what do we think of him?
Well, he's dead now, isn't he?
He is. He's definitely dead now, for sure.
I was pretty sure he was dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. I remember this speech now. We didn't have very much time. So, I don't know. Probably one of the weaker enemies in the series. Almost one of the weaker bad guys. It reminded me of Zed. It reminded me kind of Zed.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Like, just being kind of soulless, almost. Or not soulless. Sociopathic.
Yeah, like... Yeah, like an immune sociopathic that also happens to quite literally be some sort of, godlike entity, almost. A force of nature, if you will, more so than actually being a character. I don't know. And also him just playing around with the freaking main characters from an emotional standpoint, too, also kind of feels something like Zed, if anything else. I mean, let me think here. I will say this, though, in terms of... And not just about the character himself, because I actually did like Void as an antagonist. It's like, if you're gonna do something above Luxar and what his whole thing was, and, like, that long way teasing that you gave us during the main game, Like, honestly, a bad guy that is essentially just like, I'm like a kid playing around with my toys, makes sense to be the being that that dude would look up to. And also, it makes him more terrifying for that exact reason, too. Like, I literally said on stream, he quite literally became an eldritch being. Like, some Lovecraftian creature at, like, the tail end of the game. And it's just like, oh yeah, no, that dude is, he's definitely a really, I'd definitely say scary character, but I think a lot of that intimidation kind of fell onto the ghost more than anything else. Because originally my thought was that Void was, in fact, the leader of the ghost, or, like, was a more conscious being that was controlling them. That was not the case, and before I even go into all that, what do you think of the ghost? Oh, what the? Link?
Hi.
Hi, you with me, bud?
So I think the ghost. I think it's cool that they brought back an enemy that was very clearly in the opening. In the opening cutscene. Even 10 years ago. Like, they didn't retcon those in. They were actually in. I think it's cool that they brought those things back. So I thought the ghosts were cool. I really liked the fighting with Anna. That you had to, like, fight the quarters on them. I thought that was a big punch.
It was definitely a nice way of evolving the appendage system, like, because again, during base X, we were kind of just going through it, and like, oh, aiming for the appendages is optional if you want to get, like, better gear and stuff. Like, no, with the ghost, it's like, it is kind of a required thing you do to even stand a chance against them. I definitely like that from a challenge standpoint, but in terms of, like, overall story and stuff, too, it's like, oh yeah, no, those guys. Because another thing I wanted to bring up, too, and this actually does, it doesn't spoil a giant fact about 3, but it does spoil a tiny thing. The fact that the DMAT events are essentially annihilation waves from 3, but, like, on a much grander scale, likely being the same thing, too. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked that they tied it in with 3 in that way. Because that was, like, that was kind of one of the bigger mysteries of 3, was like, what is up with these annihilation events? And I think they kind of went through it with Xenoblade 1's Future Connected expansion, with the Fog Beast and everything, and some tied to that, I believe, but it still seemed like mostly a separate thing to me. But even still, just, again, them going through it and tying that in, essentially saying they're the same thing, because they really are. For people who even remember 3 and playing X, it's like, yeah, no, the DMAT and the Annihilation waves are the same thing, pretty much.
The second I saw, I was like, bruh, this thing again.
Yeah, we back to this bullshit again.
Bring one.
We back to this. I'm definitely going to say, though, it does raise questions about, like, what 3's whole deal was, because if the Annihilation waves and the DMAT events meant to be the same thing, where the heck were the ghosts in Xenoblade 3? That's something I'm curious about. Where on earth were the ghosts in 3, then, if they're meant to sort of be the same thing? Which I assume they are. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't have them be the same thing. But I don't know, that just raises the question on where the ghosts were, and, like, why were they even occurring to begin with. I mean, it is stated that the world of Ionios was unstable, so that's why the Annihilation events were happening, but I do find it kind of interesting that, again, they basically expanded on the Annihilation waves in X, and say that these beings, essentially the white blood cells of the universe, or maybe there's something to do with the conduit, because trust me, there's a lot more info to talk about with the conduit now than there ever was with 3, but just the fact that again, they tied all that in there. I just have to, I have to wonder exactly about that sort of thing now, and, yeah, I don't know, what are you thinking of it?
I think the ghosts are... I think that it has a lot to do with, which worlds are sort of colliding or deteriorating with the annihilation events. And so in 3, like, I guess in interdimensional space, they just weren't, the ghosts weren't nearby those ones, but the ghosts were near us in terms of interdimensional distance. I have no idea. That's the only explanation I can give of that.
I mean, there's definitely a lot to think of with that. It could also be, and I think that I'll save that bit for the spoiler end of things, but, like, I don't know, they play around with a lot of elements in terms of, like, timeline placement. We do finally have an answer of whether X's Earth is meant to be the same one from before Klaus's experiments now, and it is indeed a separate Earth. But, you know, with Al's flashback, because in, I think, Act 1, if I remember where it was, the cutscene showed him kind of in, essentially, and again, the tie with Xenosaga a bit, essentially the imaginary numbers domain. He's in there and he's able to see the consciousness of all beings across all dimensions, and it's kind of just... I don't remember seeing Noah and Mio in there, so I'd say and assume that maybe... And again, it's really hard to place a timeline down for this, but I'd assume X would have to take place a good bit after 1 and 2, but before Future Redeemed, I'd say, in the timeline. So...
Well, yeah, because Noah and Mia can't be there. Rex and Schultz are still separate.
And also, the way the cutscenes show, they were still, like teenagers, too. Like how they were in literally Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. They could have just reused images, but I don't know. Monolith made a whole young adult Rex model for 3's ending, and did nothing with it outside of that, so I don't think that was entirely unintentional. That probably was a decent indication of the time, like, oh, it, like, X is, like, the crashing of the White Whale in the timeline happens at about the same time as Xenoblade 1 and 2's first chapters take place, and we kind of are in, like, a bit of a, oh, it's after all this, essentially, but before the events of 3, if I had to make a guess.
That is, of course, assuming that time travel is the same.
Yeah. And again, they play around with time a lot. That's kind of what I got from what they were showing us in Chapter 13, Act 1. But again, the Xeno series plays... Blade especially has been playing around with, like, timelines and all that stuff since, especially with 3. Because of, well, Ionios essentially just being in a time loop, and essentially it being for Ionios, it is kind of like the freaking snake eating its own tail thing. It's a point in time that's singular, kind of like a blip, a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment, but in inspection, it's like a broad, massive scale of time, a whole different world that kind of just doesn't exist after a good bit. So, again, content-wise in terms of 3, yeah, a lot of, definitely fun to think about in terms of timeline, but yeah, with X, it's like, Chapter 13 supposedly takes place a week after we wrap up the events of the original ending of Xenoblade X. So, again, part of me does think, and again, going into spoiler stuff, and I think it is a good time to bring that up, essentially them going to that other universe that... And I'm also going to be curious about this too. With X's ending, after we beat Void... We're given, like, a final stand against the ghost before we, leave the dimension and everything. We leave Mira behind at the end, we kind of go into a whole new world. And it's not 100% clear what this place is supposed to be. I've seen a lot of people online make discussions. Some people say it's supposed to be Lost Jerusalem or some sort of New Jerusalem from Xenosaga. Others said that the world they're in is supposed to be the main result of, like, the ending of Future Redeemed. Where with that, it's like, oh, we see the worlds kind of split up after the events of 3, but they also kind of interlink back together again. And it makes, essentially, an Ionios that actually... a actually good and stable version of Ionios kind of interlinked, linking the two worlds together. That whole thing happened, and I want to know what your overall opinion was about the ending, too. I think it was a really good ending. I'm excited to see what story direction they do end up taking post that. Like, is the X cast and party members going to be in the next mainline game? Or, like, what is... I'm curious what you think it's going to mean overall for, like, what happens next with Xenoblade. Like, overall thoughts on the proper ending.
I have no idea. To be honest. I think they wanted to do it, but I really have no clue. I think if they were going to find, like, something somehow, I don't know if they would go for it again, because Xenoblade Chronicles was already kind of I don't know if they'd go for that again. I'd be kind of surprised if they did, because it'd kind of just be...
They kind of already did that. So, just from like a writing perspective, like I don't see them rehashing that same thing over again. I think it's gonna be something different. How different it is, I don't know.
I mean, I definitely agree with you on a lot of that. 3 to me had a very weird ending compared to the other games. If you were to really ask me about it, then I'd say the ending was a little odd. If not, because again, the idea was we're moving back on to essentially free the people of Ionios. We have to separate the worlds again. But then Future Redeem comes in and is like, and this is also base game too, because something does happen with Noah towards, like, when he comes back to his world. And it is revealed that, oh, the worlds are indeed remerging for unknown reasons. Like, it's shown in Future Redeemed, like, as the worlds of Bionis and all rest kind of, like, drift away again, they suddenly, in a very similar way to how the main party members do interlinks in the game, the worlds remerge again. Seemingly in a better way than before. And, look, I have a feeling with, whatever they do, Xenoblade 4, whatever they end up doing with that, would likely see, like, it would be kind of an inverse of 3 almost, where they try to essentially try to keep the world together instead and fight for the peace of a new one, while some threat, possibly the ghosts and the DMAT events / annihilation waves, kind of rear their ugly head now again because of the events of X. Because presumably the cast of X are bringing, and this is also explained in the chapter 13, but the Ares Skull actually has energy from a conduit, not the one from Xenoblade 1, 2, but it's a different one that's purple and not that golden greenish color that it was in the old games. And I do think that is going to probably be big setup, because they don't deal with the ghosts. Like, they quite literally just run away from them as Mira gets destroyed. So I have to think, possibly, that for 4, it's gonna be like all these worlds coming together. Ionios' old people, essentially Bionis, all rest, the new generation, like the reborn version of all of Ionios, and then now the people of Mira coming together to stand up against the ghosts and fight for their future home. That to me kind of feels like the direction they're going with. Probably won't be 100%, but something akin to that feels like the direction that the 4th game is going to go for. And like I said, I'm very curious what you think about a lot of the developments. I mean, I was kind of shocked that they confirmed that there was actually other conduits out there besides the one Klaus experimented on that kind of started this whole mess. But again, I'd very much like to hear what you have to say in regards to like that bit of lore reveal and just overall like thoughts in general on like that and
the coloring of it. It reminded me of
Malos.
yeah, Malice. That's the most observation I made.
I kind of have my own. Sorry, continue.
As far as future, I'm gonna be honest. Future Redeemed confused me.
Yeah, no, I think it
I was
confused
like,
a lot of
I
people.
didn't get it. I'm just gonna wait for a lore video, and then I never did. I might actually go back and play. Hello, Sue. How's it going?
Hello. Hi, hi.
We're talking about lore, Xenoblade lore, or
What?
Xeno lore.
Hello. Yes, we are indeed talking about Xenoblade. But
Well, we were doing squad tasks, but it looks like we only got with the tasks done.
and I believe we're going to be doing some type of raid here in a little bit as well, potentially, or
We're gonna be doing a global nemesis.
oh heck yeah. Future Redeem is definitely confusing in a way.
Oh, I gotta play through Saga. Looks like I'm gonna have to play through Saga before we play Future Redeem.
I don't think... Okay, in terms of the general story, you don't need to play Saga, but it might help you pick up on it, especially in terms of some similarities. Because there's a faction of enemies in the first Saga, like Saga Episode 1, that are kind of similar to the Ghost in terms of some general power and also them kind of acting as a guardian of a artifact in that world. I'm not going to say what, but I will say there's a definitely reason why people are going back to Saga to make the connections here and there. I will definitely say that. In terms of a general story, no, but there are some nods here and there, 100%. It's going good, by the way. Hopefully you're having a good day as well, Sue.
Glad you got back home safely.
But yeah, okay. The theory I had, and this is something also related to Xenosaga, because I think it is confirmed in, with Saga. I don't remember which episode it was, but essentially, I know, the only bits of story I know from Saga are, let me see, the creation of Telos, and at least a little bit of lore about her. The ending of, like, an ending shot from episode 3 that sees, one of the main... I'm not going to say the shot, although it does kind of... Again, similarities to X's ending, kind of, where instead of the White Whale 2 going into a new world, it, in Saga, was Cosmos in, like, a damaged state falling towards an unknown planet. Also, that happens to have a halo ring around it. Again, not going to share a lot of context for it, but that is definitely something that happens. The other thing I know from Saga, and this is something because people have made memes about it, is the fact that Jesus Christ is canon to Xenosaga lore. Like, the Zohar in Saga is seen as like a holy relic of sorts. And to tie that, yeah,
That's a crazy.
and to tie it in with what I was going to think about in terms of the story.
Explains the
Like,
shade.
oh yeah, no, 100%. And it also, in a way, kind of ties into the new development they gave with there being a purple one in contrast to the yellow one. And again, Saga as a game also plays around with the concept of, like, heaven in a lot of ways. Like, I think, like, special move burst in Saga, in fact, it's like a wave of, like, angelic feathers kind of sprout from behind the characters they activate their ultimates or something like that. Xenoblade X, when the White Whale 2 is traversing through the dimensions, Al basically says they literally phased through heaven in order to get to the new world. And all the feathers that appeared around the White Whale in that scene was literally symbolic of them going through heaven. I am willing to bet, as a development, with what they're setting up with the conduit essentially it being like an otherworldly relic, potentially a holy one, most like. My bet is, and this is something pertaining. What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just saw the squad call.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna try to get out of my thing. Actually, no, not here. I'm gonna get out of it in another place. But I should probably get. I'll get Elmo's fix here soon. One of the things I did want to mention when it comes to it is that they're clearly, the conduit is meant to be the Zohar from Saga. Like, they're meant to be sort of the same thing, but they are, like, from in different universe. Like, the Zohar jumped into the Xenoblade world, and it's now the conduit. I am willing to bet, and because it also has all those angelic ties, if Saga was exploring heaven, I think what the direction is going to be is that future, like Xenoblade 4, it could see the reemergence of that conduit that Void was essentially experimenting on at the end of the game. And I think it's going to confirm that if there is a conduit that belongs to the realms of heaven, there's going to be one that belongs to the realms of hell. Like a negative. Like, if there is an infinity in an angelic conduit, then a hellish conduit, essentially the purple one we see, would essentially equate to nothing. Infinity versus nothingness. And also tied in with some stuff with Malos, because I do think there's connection there. In terms of maybe building, like, a connection between them. It's like, oh, like, in, because in a lot of, like, tellings of the Bible and other things, Lucifer Morningstar is kind of, like, a big figure in, like, the creation of hell in that world. I am willing to bet they might be setting it up so Malos could kind of be the link to that side of the world. Because, again, that new conduit looks like a giant version of Malos' core crystal. And it isn't 100% confirmed in Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed. But it was confirmed by Takahashi that Malos' core crystal is still active post his death in 2. And that the Sword of the End, like the sheath that End uses to sheath the Sword of the End, actually has Malos' core crystal in it, in contrast to Matthew's gloves and Noah's sword sheath that has Numa's core crystal in it. Yep, and also he mentioned that Malos' story is not over yet, so yeah, Jabroni's gonna come back in Xenoblade 4. And they're gonna do some crazy shit, especially if there's a giant conduit that looks like his core crystal. They're setting him up something big, and he's likely gonna have some big tie with the Ghost going forward, if I had to make any sort of guess.
You know where the network console is?
What?
Do you know where it is?
Where what is?
The network console.
Oh, the
It's in the Blade Barracks.
The
Yeah,
Blade.
I'm moving on to the super boss.
You going for it?
Well, wait, not the super boss, to the global nemesis.
Alright, I'm gonna go get my scale recharge and everything, and I'll join right up on you. Actually, I'm probably gonna get Al on my squad too, as a matter of fact, just so we could round out this.
That won't matter. You won't be using him.
Oh, Al's not available in that stuff at all, or no?
No.
Oh, right, it's just like the
You
main.
don't have to worry about your party at all.
Damn. Alright, well. Still got my thing set up. Alright,
So
so.
you wanna hop in?
Yeah, we could keep talking over while we're trying to murk a big boss. Why not? Alright, so the network console you said?
Correct.
Alright, so what do we. Lay out where I have to go.
Stream. Oh, join online mission.
Got it. And the planet's guardian from Client is
Yeah.
Eleonora. That one?
Correct. You can see I'm already in there on the right.
Alright, I'm heading in. I'm going in. Hello?
Oh.
Hi.
Over here.
Yo.
How's it going?
It's going good. We be vibing. Also, you kind of dripped out, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you. Thank you. So you can emote by holding L and then up on the D-pad.
Okay, hold on. Let me get into position. Hold on. Give me a few minutes. I can join for a bit. Oh, nice. Yeah, so you get in here if you wanna.
We probably have enough time to run this one.
Oh, definitely. No questions asked. Yeah.
So, before we do that, though, let's check out the place.
Okay. What? Oh, you got your skill.
We got skills. This is your skill, I see.
Yeah, a little clunky bastard, but it's cool as hell. You got that
It's my
Aries.
skill.
You got that
Yeah,
Aries.
I haven't recolored it yet, but
I really ought to
mostly
change.
because I just switched to it just now because one of the global nemesis might be kind of hard.
Yeah, I can see why. Who knows? I might change mine over to the Ares as well here in a bit and do some customization if I can.
And then come over here. You can see my trophy room.
Oh, nice. Let me peep. What did you got? Okay, so let me see. The
I
man
think I
on.
have it set to non-spoilery stuff right now.
That's
There's
fair.
the pogging man on.
Ah, yes, man on. One of my favorite additions to this series. You love to see it.
The
Did-
pogging man on.
You put that as a fucking emote. I love it.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Man on pog.
Man upon,
And then
yeah.
There's
And then, okay, let me see.
what's her face wielding the best knock-on weapon in history, the fishbone.
The fishbone.
And I just have random stuff here.
Yep.
I forget what these two were. They were probably like bosses or spoilery bosses, and then we have this.
That I definitely believe.
the
So,
knock-on stack. I find that hilarious.
yeah. Pretty sure the one in the middle is
Yeah,
meant to be
you
just an
see other
outfit.
Other people's faces. We're gonna be seeing yours next.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Let's start the fight.
Yeah. This ought to be fun. Let me see, okay. Telethia Plum, okay. Give me my skill.
So we actually get leveled down for this fight, but that's okay.
Oh, that's fair, okay. Alright, I'm going for the head. Wish me luck.
Get him!
Boom! I missed. No. Hold on. I can do it again. Pfft. That did something. Let's go. Oh fuck. I sleepy. Let me out of this, dog. Brother put me to sleep. Finally.
He did?
He put me to sleep for 5 minutes, dog. What the hell? Oh, Did you get in the skeletal? Oh, never mind. You're on the ground.
Yeah, I got out of it.
That's fair. All right.
This is not the fight that I needed for.
Aim for the head.
Building my TP right now. I'm trying to get into
Yeah, buddy.
drive. So the way this works is we're pretty much timed,
I see that. Yeah.
and we want to kill the boss as many times as we possibly can.
Oh, so it's not a one and done thing. It's just as many times as you can.
Yeah.
Understand, dude. All right, it will be done. I'm about to blow its back out. Wish me luck. Look at my stream. I'm quite
My
literally.
TP is not getting very fast.
I'll cancel that for a minute to hold them in bay. I need some energy anyways. Oh boy. Oh geez, Linkoid, get shit, dude.
Oh, I'll be fine.
I hope so, dude. You're getting close. I'll say that. You're getting close to the brink. Oh dear. Oh, that's smart. Okay. Alright. Let's see this. Blow that back out. Yeah, buddy. Alright.
Wait, where'd all my TP go?
What do you mean?
Draining my TP, what?
The RP count on top of his name shows how many lives he has left. Yeah, every time you take his health down, the number goes down and his health resets, indicating that his next life started. Okay, gotcha, I think, yeah.
Yeah, RP stands for respawn points.
And... okay, so we just gotta kill this thing as much as we can. There's not really a limit of, oh, we have to, do it, like, a multiple amount of times to beat the mission. We just have to do it, like, once at least.
Probably, yeah. Ideally more than once.
Ideally, yes. Ideally. I got blown back.
No, it didn't. Oh, it's doing that dumb attack that drains your TP. That's annoying.
My ass. Don't worry about healing me up here. I'll be fine.
Oh no, you want to get Soul Voices off.
Ah, crap. My fuck. Ow. What?
Did you fail the skill check?
I think I did. Damn it. I was going to aim. Fuck. And we're both dead. Remaining retries 1. Oh, we get to go again. Hell, okay, let's go.
And his health doesn't reset, so no problem there.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure we kill it at least once so that you can get the rewards.
I'm in for all the body parts I can. Rest assured. I took out the tail. Sedative mind. What?
Oh.
I'm asleep. Fuck. Never mind, I'm not asleep anymore.
Wow.
Yep,
This was unexpected.
I was not
What
prepared for
class
this.
are you?
Galactic Knight. And I say that term very loosely.
Well, we lost.
Yeah. Damn.
We need Suyu's help.
Most likely. Please. Is that the topple lock build? Oh, hell yeah. That ought to be useful. Might be a good time then to get the Ares Prime set up for moi then. But, I don't know.
My Ares Prime died instantly. When I got it in. I got in mine and it died instantly. I need
Damn.
to repair it now.
Alrighty. Let me, think I'm going to... hang on. Before I jump right back in there, I think I gotta get my skull fixed for 1. Alright, we got it replaced by insurance. Nice. Yeah, I ought to probably farm for, more... like another G-Buster or Phoenix weapon or something to help out with the fight. Eventually. Time for the age-old question of what the heck class did I make my build on? I don't really know. Just pulls up the fucking weapon list. You tell me. It's literally just yes.
Yes.
Yes, my weapon, my,
What class was I? Yes.
what class did I make my build on? Yes.
Yes.
Wonder if I should trade it out for Ares, because I fucking was going at it with it during Void, and yeah, no, I don't... Let me look. Is this it? Yep, that's it. Okay.
I don't know if you did that mission or not. Did you do like all the side missions?
I did a good chunk of side missions. I don't think I did all of them, but definitely a good amount of them.
Yeah, you're probably missing out on some lore.
Probably.
Because there's a good chunk of lore. Oh, the white whale too is a thing.
Yeah.
Is a figure you can get. That looks cool. It's nice that you can see it here because you can't actually see it anymore after you finish.
Alright, I didn't change too many of the colors on mine because I really just wanted to give it a shot, but yeah, I'm hopping back on the network console.
Alright, so this time what you're gonna do is you're gonna do accept online mission instead.
Oh, yeah, because I was about to say, let me see, Planet's Guardian or the Final Menace?
Planet's Guardian.
Okay. Accept with this party or accept and recruit?
Accept and recruit.
Alright. Alrighty then.
And then now we will join you.
Alrighty. But yeah. Freaking Malos absolutely is probably going to be a main character in a Xenoblade 4 if I do have to make a guess. And they are setting up some really, in my opinion, really cool stuff with what they could do with him. Me interested in seeing what they end up doing. Oh yeah, hello, this is my cat. Hello. This is my cat. They're a silly little guy. Yes, you real kitty. You real kitty.
And now we just wait for Suyu.
Yeah, we gonna wait on Sue. This party is the party you have for solo play. Yeah.
I have beaten both of them with Suyu's help. Both of the bosses.
Right.
Suyu topple locks it, and then if Suyu dies, I revive Suyu.
If Suyu dies,
sure
we
Suyu
body.
Die.
If Suyu dies, we throw hands. Yes.
If I'm paying attention, I can avoid death, guaranteed.
Right.
But that requires me to pay attention.
A new player has joined. I believe.
If you know anything about me, I am very easily distracted.
Oh hell no, dog. That's crazy. Damn. What are we, a bunch of jokers? What are we, a bunch of jokers? Alright, we're gonna embark on the mission.
You just come up here to start the mission.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Don't really know what else there is to talk about for exactly which, yeah, because I don't have a freaking, heal thing like you do, I'm going to try and body this thing.
Go for it.
Wish me luck. I forgot. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I haven't played this in a month. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Blow its back out. Yeah, bud. Blow it up. Brrr.
Is Collider X the one that drains all your PP?
I have no idea. Oh, we're. Oh,
I've never
hold
actually
on.
had that problem before, so I'm not sure which one it is.
Yo, hold on. Wait a minute. We just killed it. We're killing it again. Oh my god.
We killed it. That's one.
Yo. Oh my god. Chat. We're cooking. It's dying.
And toppled. Here we go.
Bodies. I repeat, chat. Bodies, 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 bodies! What'd I say, chat? Bodies, 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 bodies! Yeah, buddy.
And infinite overdrive time.
Oh, shit.
See, I just need to get my TP up to 3,000 once. That's all I needed, and I couldn't last time.
Damn, we're really just.
Overdrive counter's at max now. Let's make sure that you have armor.
I find it funny that this guy saves us at the end of Chapter 6 of the main game, and now we're just here bullying him. Like, fight back.
This is a different Telepia, actually.
Oh, is it?
This is not the same Telepia. Yeah. The Telepia that saves us is Telepia the End.
Oh, gotcha. Me bid. I don't know, I thought the joke was funny for what it was worth. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to have your build. I'm gonna need notes on your builds after all this, because holy shit. It doesn't even matter if I'm spamming Medallion Wing. Like, dog, I think we've killed this thing 7 times now, and we still have over 4 minutes on the clock. What the hell? Oh, fuck. Alright, I'm off my high horse for now. Okay. Oh, bro. I like how my dude just sounds like a cool fucking anime protagonist, and yours just sounds like Robbie Damon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, did we kill it twice? Ain't no way.
Maybe.
Oh my god.
I spammed my most powerful art, so it's a possibility.
Why do I
have,
keep...
like 18 buffs on right now.
Why do I keep getting knocked back? I'm so confused. That's weird. Oh my god. This is just... No, this is a whole other level of bullying. I have never seen anything so devious in my life.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things.
Oh, this is the easy one, by the way. This guy's level what is it?
30.
Level 30, yeah. This is the easy global nemesis. This is a global nemesis you do before you fight. Before you reach. That you do before you can finish the game.
Yeah, and I assume the other one was meant to be the last one, maybe, or...
The other one is the level cap. The original level cap.
Ah, gotcha. Oh my god, this is just... I never thought I'd be playing like this. We're melting him. He's probably not even the...
This is basically all the strongest builds in Xenoblade Chronicles X revolve around infinite overdrive.
I'm not even in overdrive. I literally just start...
Me and Studio are in overdrive constantly.
Yeah, no, you have to restart it manually, but you essentially get GP continuously. That is insane. Oh my god, this is... We're literally taking his lunch money, his kidneys, I'd say maybe, like, as pancreas.
Telepia has begun to read your thoughts. I've never seen that message before.
Huh?
If I have, I was not paying attention.
Is that gonna matter in the long run after I hit him with the Medallion Wing?
Oh, you messed up? Oh. We're
What?
missing now. Our attacks are gonna miss. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
that's what that means.
Okay, so we gotta hit him with something else, I assume. Maybe. No.
Soul read moment. Yeah.
Soul read moment, I'm crying. He's down! Kill him! Why did I...
Back. And get melted.
He thought he could escape. He was wrong. His fucking main character-ass moment meant nothing. Damn! I saw that. Dog died 3 times in a row. And it's about to get worse. Hold on. Oh yeah, now it's time. Okay.
I'm not even a high damage build. I'm a healer build.
I'm quite literally just the I'ma throw whatever I can at the screen and make it work build. And it's working. Oh, that was
Yeah,
it.
so the reason,
15.
so you are not in our skells is because it's just better. Ground combat is more powerful.
Yeah.
Situation.
15 million for that. Oh my god. That was straight up.
How many times we beat it? 66 times.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh my fucking god. And here I was just gonna...
Yeah, we're goated.
Alright. Alright, are we wanted to do the same mission again and just bully him more, or do we want to go on to another one?
We can go into it. We should go into a different one. We should fight the other one while Suyu's with us.
The Final Menace? Alright, alright.
The final menace.
Are you in on her thing now, or what are we... Or am I doing it again?
Go to accept a mission and choose the final menace.
Gotcha. Say less. Let's do this. I have time for one more since my Elden Ring. Yeah, we ought to do it, yeah. But yeah, no, freaking, I am gonna say this. In terms of general things, I am curious to see what they, end up doing, like, what the next big Monolith release is going to be. Because I've seen a lot of things go around. I don't know if it's gonna be quite Xenoblade 4 just yet, or are we gonna wait a bit longer for it and be held off with something else? I'm very curious to see how they're gonna handle, like, what's next, I mean, like, entry-wise. Because story-wise, it's getting interesting. But, actually...
Rumors of a new IP.
Yeah, I was talking about that a good bit ago. I think I said that, oh, they're doing some fantasy game, and that's probably going to come out next year, probably, if I had to make any sort of guess. Like, they've had it in the can for, like, a year at least, but, like...
That's not Suyu.
Oh, what the...
Random in here. Let's go.
Alright, shit, I guess. How many people can we have in a squad, by the way? Just 4 people, or can it go up to 8? Oh, 4. Okay, Sue, get in. Get in. Hurry. There's a man with green hair in here. I'm scared. Get in here before he brings someone else in. Please, please. We need to cook, Sue, please.
Also, we might get wrecked.
Yeah? Yeah, we might die. Sue? Yeah, bud. Alright. We're goated. Alright. Let's do it. Heading out. Let's see what this boss is before... I don't know. Maybe do a... Yeah, why not?
You can't do it in the lobby.
No, I was gonna say, talk more about, like, what we won, like, from the next big Monolith release, because they have, I'm gonna say this, these guys have options. Like, a lot of options. Oh, Lord.
Alright, he's already died once.
Huh? He's died
Yeah.
twice. 3 times. Damn. Oh, what the hell? Yo, is that what Deadpool's dick looks like? Oh my
What?
god, that's nasty. Ugh.
Oh no. This is bad.
What's bad? What's happening?
I got wrecked before I could recharge my TP. What's going? Oh my word.
I'm binding them. Get a bit of a refill. But yeah. I don't know. Link. Question.
Answer.
What would you want? Oh, okay. In all seriousness, what do you want Monolith Soft's next big release to be? Like, if you had to...
I don't care what it is. Whatever they release, I'm buying it.
I mean, same,
That's
honestly.
where I am. Anything Monolith even touches, I'm buying. Mario Kart World,
Well, I mean,
Tears of the Kingdom,
yeah.
Breath of the Wild, you name it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Their name is on it, I'm buying it.
We're Monolith Glazers. We will buy anything they work on, hands down. But yeah, no, I've talked about this a bit back and like, oh, what would be the next big Xenoblade release going to be? Or like, what's next for Monolith? I've said before, new IP, probably something they want to save up for next year. They've probably had it in the can for a while too, so like, it only makes more sense for them to put it out next year. Another thing I've seen some talk about recently, especially since X Definitive Edition came out, was them doing a definitive edition of Xenoblade 2. I'm curious what you think of, like, if they were to do, like, as a Switch 2 upgrade, Switch 2 definitive edition thing for, their first Switch game,
Switch
basically.
to upgrade, maybe. I don't think definitive edition because the thing with the reason we have the main reason we have definitive editions for 1 and X is because they didn't get free updates and they weren't on the Switch.
Yeah. I mean,
We didn't get like continuous updates for them. Whereas Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we got updates for those, and it's on the Switch.
I definitely agree with you on that one. Yeah, the biggest thing I think I've heard saying against it is that Xenoblade 2 already had a bunch of DLC and stuff for it. So, like, what are they going to do? They're going to just make us buy the DLC again? Or are they going to bundle it in with the definitive edition and then make us buy more DLC, maybe? They got options. I'll say that. I mean, a lot of, like, modern RPGs, I've seen do at least 2 big story expansions, especially, like, popular ones. So I don't think I'd be surprised if, maybe if 2 got a definitive edition, they bundled in the first season pass they did for it, but then they announced, oh yeah, now we're going to have another season pass, or at least some other form of new content for X2 definitive edition specifically. And whatever that ends up being, whatever that new DLC is, probably like a sequel story, if I had to make a guess, like Future Connected. I don't know. They definitely got options. I just think with 2 getting definitive edition, I do think it is kind of needed, honestly. And not for like, oh, the first game is bad, it's not fun to play. No, 1 is definitely, Xenoblade 2 is definitely a great game, hands down. But there is a lot of quality of life improvements they could make to it, especially with hindsight of having worked on the Switch and now having access to stronger hardware. At least to me, at least. Because, like, graphically, they definitely would get away with a lot of crazier stuff now. They worked, with the Switch 1, they essentially worked with an Xbox 360 level hardware. And 2 also was not the most well-optimized game for that platform. Like, it was a little rushed to get it out for the first year launch of the Switch. But with hindsight, and also having a system that's on par with an Xbox Series S, and let's be real, hopefully they'll definitely have more time to optimize. I don't think they'd make that mistake again. The game could go looking from, okay, a pretty good game, to actually looking utterly stunning. Like, to me at least, that would make the most sense. Let me see here. Oh, nearly missed that. Alright. But yeah, like, them doing Definitive Edition would allow them to tweak a few things for 2. Like, the field skill system could get a good overhaul to likely fix up the issues with that. Where it's like, if you wanted to get to use a field skill spot, but you weren't able to go through it originally with your current layout, you had to actively go back and change your layout just to make it work, and that layout would just look utterly just...
He's doing the thing!
I'm doing the thing!
Let's go! Oh, wait, where are you, where are you, Suyu? Where'd you die?
Oh, shit. I got him, boys.
Oh, you got back up. Why'd you use the respawns?
They're trying to be quick, don't question it. Just body him. Just body him.
See, that was the situation. That was the situation I was talking about, where I survived, and then even the random went down, and he was pretty stacked too. He wasn't max level like Suyu.
Oh lordy. Oh.
Spam healers has its benefits.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Suyu's health was maxed out if I recall correctly.
Oh yeah, no. You can just die like that in this game sometimes.
Not now anymore that he's at level 60.
Yeah.
Orange, I can't do that right now. I'm in a boss raid right now.
What?
Some Orange redeeming refresh to take a break. I can't do that right now though.
Yeah.
Hi Orange, how's it going?
Hello. With okay, but
Okay, how's it going for you? Doing pretty well. Yeah.
ooh.
We're talking about Xenoblade lore with Jemzu invited us to talk about Xenoblade lore on their stream. And while we're talking about Xenoblade lore, I'm showing him how Xenoblade Chronicles X Online works, and we're doing a boss raid.
Yeah. But yeah, another thing I feel like if they did do a Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition, they're definitely going to change the UI. I don't think there is a timeline where they don't. Because, like, look, I was definitely fine with how it looked in the old game, but admittedly, yeah, no, that, it is kind of clunky in hindsight. That's all I'm gonna say.
The best Yagurlith, really? We'll see.
Oh, sheer. Okay, let's see. Alright, the final menace. We got the scale.
51.
Not bad. Good rewards. Damn. 51 deaths. Nice. Very nice. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna get more fuel for the Ares Prime real quick, and then, oh, hold on. Suboptimal topple lock build,
Yeah. He got him a few times and did his really big attack, but that's okay. I could have revived. I was there to revive, but they just used one of the retries, so that's okay.
Yeah.
We didn't need the reses.
Alright, what, okay, if Suyu's not gonna be with us again, we have other online missions we could do.
So there are, other online missions you can do.
Which one?
Definitely go for them, I would say.
Well, you want to do one of them with me, or?
Oh yeah, go for all of them.
Alrighty, yeah, we can run through them. Let's see.
Thanks for joining us, Suyu. Good
Yeah,
luck
Sue,
with,
thank
good
you.
luck with old people jewelry, evening precipitation.
Have fun with the Elden Lords. Have fun, oh great tarnished.
There are like required levels and stuff. You should be able to do all of them though. If you're level 61 or something.
I was about to say, yeah, the highest one goes up to level 44, I believe, and that's Smoke 'em Out. We can literally do all of them.
Find very much in the game that has a required level above 60.
Yeah.
Level cap.
many people were saying, like, oh, level 60 is kind of like the max level, and I think it wasn't it the max level of the OGX, or am I mistaken?
Huh?
Okay, I don't, it's fine if you didn't know, or don't know, but was level 60 or 80 like the original max level of the original X?
No, level 60 was the level cap in Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Alright.
Have a good one, Suyu.
Take care, Suyu. Have a good night. Have fun, Tarnished. Alright.
Yeah, so just pick one of them, and then we'll go through.
Might as well start with the first one. Give no ground. But yeah, I will say this about 2. I wouldn't mind if they gave it a full definitive edition thing, and realistically, I feel like in that scenario, because Monolith is really good with like DLC and all that stuff, yeah, they'd probably make like an upgrade pack for it available too. You just probably wouldn't get like the new story stuff. You just get like, oh, here's the original game, but upscaled, and if you have Torna and that season pass, you get that upscale too with the free upgrade or something like that. But if you want to get the new stuff, well, you're gonna have to fork something over. But that's really the only way I'm thinking that would work. Them blending it between what they've been doing with the old definitive editions and then, you know, what they're doing with the Switch 2 upgrade paths. I'm thinking something like that would be the optimal route. Hello, my guy. How's it going? You gonna body? Yeah, we going for it? Alright, we going for it. Let's do it. This is gonna be a cakewalk, my assumption would be.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be pretty easy, but there is some interesting stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Another one, hold on. I got him. Yeah, but
Pretty easy.
yeah, but they're getting progressively more. Damn. Mission. That was it?
Yep, they're pretty easy.
Damn. You was not joking. And we had like a 12-minute time limit on that? Really? Ugh, hold on. Let me just... There we go, that works. Alright. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, back at it again. Kind of hate that it's you can't stick around in the lobby and you can't just leave manually. But no, you're kicked out like after each mission. That's kind of funny. A little dumb, but funny. Let me see here. I think... Okay, so I've mentioned 2 Definitive Edition, and yeah, they'd probably do new story content, like epilogue content for that game too, if they ever gave it a Definitive Edition, and I'd love it, make no mistake. Xenoblade 2 is my favorite game of the franchise. I would 1000% fork over that money in order to get that game, and then probably stream it realistically, but that's besides the point. Okay, but besides Xeno 4... which I think there's a good direction they're probably going to do with that. I've already laid down what I think they're going to do. The connection with Malos and what they're going to set up with that. And then I'd said, oh, a new IP, like a new fantasy IP will probably be kicking around over the course of next year, maybe 2027, but most likely next year we're going to get a new fantasy IP from Monolith. And then after, maybe Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition, most likely, if I had to make a guess. Because again, if Malice is going to have a big role in Xenoblade 4, they're going to do the thing they've done with these Definitive Editions, where it's like, oh, we release the Definitive Editions, but we use it as a way to kind of remind people of the old game, and then... What?
You see where I am?
Where are you at?
Follow me.
Wait, hold on, where are you... Okay, I see, where are you at? Hold on, we're going this way.
Yeah. You
Hold
see
on.
this?
Oh yes, exclusive merch. Give. Nice.
A hidden online mission has been unlocked.
Oh.
Yeah, there's secrets inside of this stuff too.
Okay. Alrighty.
You even have to do exploration in the time attack missions. That's how in depth this.
Yeah, no, that's kind of goated. Bro spawned on top of me. Double spinning edge. I'm sorry, Link's up B. Whatever the hell.
Link's up B. That's
I mean,
the perfect description of it.
It really is. Mission accomplished, turning immediately. Alrighty. But yeah, Xenoblade 2 getting a Definitive Edition, and again, Takahashi says Malice's story is not done yet. There's a good chance we get a Definitive Edition of Xenoblade 2 in like the next couple of years. Whether 2027, 2028, I wouldn't be surprised if it was around that time too, especially if it's being made by the same team that did this Definitive Edition. They would probably do it. Another thing I have to note, and this is another quote-unquote possibility that could happen, and I've seen a lot of people theorize and talk about this, but Xenoblade Warriors.
That'd be so cool.
I would listen.
If they did it right though, they would have to do it right.
If they did essentially what they kind of did with essentially the first Hyrule Warriors or Fire Emblem Warriors game, where it's just like, here's the main cast of each of the main games, and you get a story where they all get to interact and have fun with each other. If they just did that, there'd be no complaints. Yes, is it a McDonald's Happy Meal disguised as a fancy 3-course buffet? Yes. Would I get to see the boys, Ryan, Zeke, fucking interacting with each other on my Switch 2, while I get to just throw hands with 1,000 enemies at once as adult Rex from Future Redeemed? Also, yes. I will buy 10 copies immediately. Thank you. I mean, look, I have a feeling they also...
buy it. I just really hope they, because the company that makes those games, the games are kind of a hit and miss sometimes.
Yeah, like
I think Age of Calamity was kind of a miss.
it was. Admittedly, it was. Like, I think the best one is still Hyrule Warriors, the first one. That is still the best.
I've been told from people who played someone who played most of the Dynasty Warrior games, that Hyrule Warriors is one of the best Dynasty Warrior games. So that's doing better than that. Apparently, like, it's better than their main series games. Knowing that, it's pretty tall order to do better than that.
Yeah.
And I can vouch for that. I played one of their older Dynasty Warrior games thinking it would be as good as Hyrule Warriors, and it just wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and like... And I've heard a lot of mixing about the later attempts, and honestly, one of which, I don't think there's going to be another Fire Emblem Warriors game next up after they do this Age of Imprisonment game. Because, like, let's be honest, what Fire Emblem game are they going to base it on? Are they going to go back to Three Houses, or are they going to try to base it off of Engage? AKA one of the most divisive entries in the Fire Emblem series in, like, recent memory.
I haven't played any of the Fire Emblem Warriors games.
I played a bit of the first one a while back, but I think I dropped it. I just wasn't... Like, look, it wasn't a bad game per se, I just was not interested in the franchise at that point. Like, that's kind of what the Nintendo Musos have kind of been. These Warrior games are just like a love letter to the fans to see their favorite characters interacting in a story that ignores the laws of space-time, and just we get to go about and, yeah, just have a good old time. I know if Xenoblade got one, I'd buy it. Whether it is a good game or not, I don't know. That might be the big thing holding back them making one, but...
Just because we probably get more Nia content.
Yes. Yes. Praise the Queen of Agnes. Yes. Yeah, but, I don't know. Chances of that happening are a little weird, but again, realistically, I do think they're still going to make Nintendo Musos, because, especially with Age of Calamity and I assume Age of Imprisonment, essentially the idea is they're going to act as story DLCs for the main game in terms of, like, overarching story and stuff, but gameplay it's going to be like a Muso. like an average Muso game. Like, okay, you had Breath.
This is another one of those levels with a secret.
Oh yeah, hang on. You're all right. I'll follow you around till we get to it. Where are you at?
So the way this one works is you basically just have to find and defeat the Oxer, which is over here.
Ah, yes. Overkill too much? Yes.
And then now it says a suspicious foe is in the vicinity. So I believe if we go over here somewhere.
What? Where you at? Where? What? Where are you at? Wait, where did you go?
Okay, I found one of them.
Do we kill this level
So
38
one of them
Oxer?
is the objective, and another one is like. Alright, so the one we just destroyed here unlocks a hidden mission.
Alright.
So that wasn't actually the objective, that was a bonus. And then the one we actually need to complete is like up here. Somewhere. If I remember it. Or maybe it's over here. It was somewhere around here.
Is it a cross? Nope.
I could have sworn it was up here. Maybe it moves.
I don't think it'd be up there. That seems like a good place to have a... Yeah, there's a wall. Okay. Is it maybe up here? No, that's also... What?
I remember where the hidden one is, but I don't remember where the one we actually need to defeat is.
Damn. Oh, level 39. I see it. It's under it. Meow.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Nice.
That was not the one we were supposed to be.
Weird. Okay. And yeah, there's gonna be a wall here. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, found another one. Let's see. Is this it? Come on.
That's the one.
Perish.
I knew it was over here somewhere. Oh, really? That was... Okay.
Which one are we... We just killed like a bunch of them. Where the hell? Okay, they're up on this reef though. I know that for a fact. But yeah. With how recent Muso Nintendo Warriors games have kind of been treated, and like in terms of how they are used in relation to the game they're being made around.
It was up here! Okay. I guess this one didn't appear until we defeated the other ones, probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay, mission complete. We're going back.
Because we checked up here, and I walked all around here.
Yeah,
It
that
was
makes
not here before.
that makes sense. Ooh. But yeah, as I was saying about the Musos, recent Nintendo Warriors games have kind of just been used to like give more insight to the games they're based off of. Age of Calamity acted as a prequel story to Breath of the Wild. Results of that and how good that actual game is, I leave up to y'all, but that is the direction they've gone with, and they continued that direction. Fire Emblem Warriors, kind of a sequel to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes was basically a sequel to 3 Houses in a lot of ways. And with the new one, Age of Imprisonment, it's kind of a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm curious, again, if they do start up another one of these, they'd probably go back to the, oh, let's throw all these characters together in one setting and have a fun little story. Because let's be real here, I don't think, in terms of main Xenoblade, there's going to be a way to bring in Xenosaga stuff into the story. Weirdly enough, a Xenoblade Warriors game could be the way they do that. They could mess around with it there and have it not play too much of a part in the future if it's just a one-off thing, and then bam, Cosmos and Telos appear midway, and it's canonically a follow-up to the original Cloud Saga and the original trilogy of Xenosaga episodes. That'd be the way I'd see it. Whether or not they'd go back to doing it like the original Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors direction, or would they do something more along the lines of, this is more or less a sequel, like with 3 Hopes, or a prequel as in Age of Calamity and Imprisonment, I don't really know. I am curious I am curious what you'd think about it, though, but... Yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. It'd be cool as hell if they did, but I do believe... And again, really, they're meant to... They're really meant to expand upon the story of the original games. And Xenoblade as a story is already really packed. So, who knows what they end up doing for it.
I don't know. Palms versus Mechon.
That'd be funny.
Kavesi versus Ice. I forget the other one.
Kevesi versus Agnes, I believe.
Kavesi versus Agnes. Having playing those wars and just like shredding enemies might be interesting. Okay, no, just shredding through a bunch of Mechon would be so metal. I don't know about shredding through the other ones though.
Yeah. The Mechon especially, no questions asked. Again,
I'd be kind of bad.
They definitely would have...
Killing Kavesi or Agnes.
Yeah, that would have to be like a Xenoblade 3 exclusive version, and I'm gonna be real, the time's kind of passed on that idea, to be honest. It would realistically have to be some weird... Again, like the first Hyrule Warriors, it's just a story where we get to blend together the characters of an entire saga's worth of characters, and then later on they could go off to do...
I wouldn't want it to be anything other than that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. Whether they're gonna do that, though, and whether freaking Monolith Soft want to go through on that direction as well, because, again, Xenoblade 4 is in a weird place where it could either be like 3 and the story largely doesn't need that much knowledge about 1 and 2 to enjoy the story, or it's gonna be fully fan service and it's gonna have a lot of characters from the old games come back. I don't really... That's kind of the weird thing. It is not entirely clear what direction they will take with it. But again, like you said, best possible route would be it just be a celebration of the Klaus saga, and they just bring together the cast of 1, 2, and 3. Maybe throw some love in from Saga, whether it be in the main story or as DLC. That is something I think would absolutely be cool.
There's no way they wouldn't include X in there, though, too, you know.
X is kind of being set up, at least with how Definitive Edition is going. X kind of feels like it's meant to set up the next saga, though. So if they do that... Again, I'm not saying they wouldn't include it in any form. Again, they'd have DLC as an option, too. Like a season pass, and like... Oh, one season pass's pack of characters is based around... One season pass would be based... Not one season pass, but one pack of DLC would be based around X. Another one would be based around sagas. Maybe Square Enix will throw a bone, and another pack could be built around Xenogears. I don't know.
That's never happening.
Very much no. It's in... No, Xenogears is in merchandise hell now, pretty much. Which sucks, but hey, it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe give us like a freaking HD 2D remake of that game at some point in the future, Square Enix. I don't think any of us would mind, but that's very much wishful thinking.
That's also never happening.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a sad fact, but hey, it is what it is. Like it is that we're probably going to get any sort of modern release of the Xenosaga trilogy. Like, very similarly non-existent chances, unless Nintendo really gives...
One of them was a PlayStation exclusive, wasn't it?
No, both of them were PlayStation exclusives.
Oh, both? Yeah, so that's the only thing that's a bit shaky.
Yeah. At least with Saga, Bandai Namco has allowed Cosmos to appear in 2. That is at least something that shows, hey, we are willing to share the characters with you, but actual story stuff would probably be our call because it is our IP, technically. Which goes into a whole different topic, but I digress. Let me see. We did the Maruks, and then... Okay, so I think Rise of the Giant
They
Dwarf
were
would
also
be
the
next one.
publisher, but I think Monolith was still the developer. I don't
Monolith was the developer of the Saga games, but Bandai is the IP holder and the distributor of the all the copies of the game.
Yeah.
Which would be what it'd be, I guess, but still. But
I think if they could work it out, I think if it was possible to work it out, then Xenoblade wouldn't exist. We would have just gotten this Xenosaga 2 or something.
well, Saga Episode 4, really, but yeah, no, 100%.
Or wait, there were 3 Xenosagas?
Yes, there was the first one, they had a trilogy, and I think 2 spin-offs of it, all around, like, the exact same time. It was kind of funny. Oh, God. Oh, well, I didn't die, at least, so yay. Anyways, where's the bad guy?
Oh, is this a secret mission that you unlocked?
It says Rise of the Giant Worm. I'm not sure.
I think this is the secret mission you unlocked.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, let's go for it. Damn, you guys took care of that guy easily. So that's one of them. We need another one to take care of. But yeah, no. Like, I think Bandai will at least play along and allow Cosmos to appear as, like, extra stuff. That motherfucker... Damn! Bro just ran off into the distance and everything.
Yep.
But, yeah, wouldn't surprise me entirely if, it would not surprise me if they did find a way to at least get Cosmos in, like, a Warriors game, potentially, for story stuff, but mainline Xenoblade, I think there's zero chance. At least right now. I mean, hell, people were saying originally that at the end of Future Redeemed, it showed, like, some sort of object falling into orbit of the new Ionios or New Jerusalem, whatever you want to call the new world, made after all the rest in the Bionis remerged. People were saying that was Cosmos, because it lined up with a little bit of ending from Saga Episode 3, but, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that got debunked to now be the White Whale 2 because of the ending of X. But it probably was meant to mean that figuratively, right? It was probably meant to be, like, spiritual, like, physically, it's the Xenoblade X characters, but, you know, like, in spirit...
That vehicle in the center that's turned upside down.
Where, what?
Look towards the middle.
Towards the middle. Hold on, let me get my scout. Hold on. Probably easier so I can see the damn thing.
Oh, never mind.
Oh
Okay, I
my...
got it.
Yep, that's the big boy. Alright, we're going in. Damn. Alright. I'm coming, chat. Ugh. Overdrive, baby. Let's cook. Oh, God. What the hell? It's peering out from the ground. Where is it? Oh, God.
Right there!
Nah. I didn't know. Ah. I'm in mixed. That was pathetic. Oh, God. Yeah. But yeah, I think Monolith knew people were gonna make the connection with the ending of Future Redeemed, seemingly teasing that it was gonna be Cosmos coming back, but, you know, I think it was obviously meant to mean that, like, spiritually, most definitely. Because, again, X has a lot of similarities to Saga in, like, a shocking amount of regards. So, yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me that people are making the connection. And then later on, they go, like, oh, well, it's not quite, Cosmos, but it's meant to be sort of, like, a character similar to Cosmos. Like, in spirit, it's what they were trying to imply. So, I don't know. Yeah. But that's my take on it, at least. But yeah, back to Xenoblade Warriors, because we went off topic about Saga for a good bit. Obviously, I want a remaster of it, but that's up to Bandai Namco if they even want to do it. Maybe Nintendo will throw them some money. Who knows? But
A remaster of Xenoblade Warriors, the game that doesn't exist yet.
no, I said a remaster of Xenosaga. Did I not say Xenosaga?
No, you said back to Xenoblade Warriors.
No, I said back to Xenoblade Warriors, even though I'd like them to remaster Xenosaga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dog.
That was modifying the direct object, not the subject. I just fell.
Damn.
You're gonna be looking for people.
Talk about redirect, talking all that sheer. But yeah, But yeah, it would. Damn, bro's cooking. Anyways, I'm following this dude. What is he up to? But yeah, back to the topic of Xenoblade Warriors. 50-50, I think there's a good chance that they will adopt a new IP to turn into a Nintendo Warrior game for the Switch 2 generation. But who knows? We will have to wait and see. Because now the fact that we can say that there's a Hyrule Warriors trilogy of games is kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, none of those were the guys for the kill? What? Huh?
We got new objectives. They just found new ones. That we did kill the right ones.
Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. I'm going after this mofo. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on. Alright, come on. Hit him up real high. One hop this time. Bam! Nah, I'm playing. Anyways. But, yeah, no. 50-50 chance. Anything else that they could do? I know there was, like, something else. Like, okay, besides Xenoblade 4, besides a possible Xeno Warriors, besides a new IP, and besides Xenoblade 2 Remastered, or Definitive Edition, I don't 100% know about other games. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I do think at the very least there's going to be... I think they will indeed look towards doing a Xenoblade spin-off this Switch 2 generation. I mean, it only makes sense for them to. Let's see here. Oh, smoke them out. That was the last of the online missions I had access to. Okay. Damn. Well, that, I
think we may have missed like one of the secret ones, but they also, I'm pretty sure they rotate out based on time.
That makes sense, yeah. Alright, do you know where exactly we could find another one of the secret missions from here, or no?
No, I don't think any of the ones... I don't think we have access to any of them right now.
Ah, damn.
So, like, next rotation.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hot minute, but still. Alright. I'm gonna back out.
There is one more thing we have yet to do.
Time attacks?
So, leave the barracks.
Alrighty.
And then just walk forward until you touch the red.
Okay, very specific instructions, but I'll abide.
The
Hold on.
red path. Walk forward until you touch the red path.
Okay. This, you mean?
You walked too far.
Okay, apparently
You
I
didn't
did.
stop when you touched the red path.
Well, I don't know what... You mean this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you're off the red path again. You need to go to the red path. On the ground.
What red path?
Touch
What?
it.
What?
The pink, maroon, pink.
This right here?
Straight ahead from the door.
Here.
On the ground. That's trim. That's not a path.
Oh.
There you go. Now turn to your left.
Oh. Yeah.
Howdy.
Yeah, I saw you guys the other... I took a photo when I saw this whole setup. I was like, yo.
Talk to me.
Alright, bet. How are you today? This blade operative is standing by for orders. I assure you I'll not let you down. Oh, shit.
Yeah, add you to the party. Let's go.
There's no space for your party. Remove a member first. Okay, who are you replacing? Probably Gajarg, yeah. I gave that dude armor for no fucking reason. There we go. Alright.
So now, we can go out and try and complete these easier missions.
Nice. You are here in spirit, my friend, and that's what matters. Although you don't have a skull on my end, so that might,
Oh, it's not a problem. So I should have done this at the beginning when we were doing scout missions. I forgot about it, though. That's okay.
Hey, you're good. Alrighty. We could... Alright, I'm gonna give you the option here because I'm very curious if you want to mess with this. Do you want to mess around with these squad tasks, or do we go and bully Joker? Joker, the fucking level 90 boss that's up here. And no, not the one from Persona 5, not the one from Batman. No, I'm talking about Joker the Unknowable, aka how you grind once you reach level 50.
I was gonna do squad tasks because that's like the online thing, but you can do whatever you want.
I'll go back to it. I just wanted to fuck around with this and show it on stream again, because again, the second I hit it up here with my old G mech and hit him with like a G2 buster, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling myself. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. We'll just kill him. Oh, that's not... Okay, didn't kill him as bad as I thought. Okay, hold on. Okay. That did damage. Okay. Let me see. Okay, well, I'm in one of these again.
Actually, that's probably a pretty decent way to get what you're looking for.
XP? Yeah.
So the way scout blades work, they have a scout level. They start at scout level 1. On the profile picture next to the health bar, there's 3 little dots that aren't on anybody else's. You already have 2 dots lit up.
Oh.
You light all 3 of them up, and then that's, once all 3 are lit up, they're at blade level 4, which is they're at scout level 4, which is the max scout level. And the more scout levels, the higher scout level you get them to, the more rewards you get when you release them, and the more rewards I get when you release me.
Oh, so I'm hoping you grind this out too, huh? I see. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you'll get rewards and money for this.
I mean, shit, you look at everything I just got from fighting Joker, bro? Look at all this. Dog. Like, I'm not making this up. It's a giant list. We squad wiped his whole kin. We squad wiped the whole clan.
The whole clan.
Yes, we squad wiped the whole clan of these mother buggers. Alright. 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 A typical, I guess annual, Joker bully part of the stream over. Let's move on to some tasks. Zdom. I'll do that one next. But yeah, no.
Are gonna be hard.
What, Zdom? How come?
Yeah, the Z-Doms, they're gonna be tricky.
It's item collection, right? Or is it just because of,
No, Z-Doms are an enemy.
Oh. Well, why did it just appear on mine? I'm confused.
Z-Doms are the really big enemies.
Oh.
The robots that are patrolling around Silverlum. Those are the easiest books. Those are the lowest level Zedons you can find.
This one right here?
You don't want to fight that one. I mean, maybe you can try, but yeah, go say hi, actually.
How high of a level are you? Oh shit, bro's actually at my level. Hold on. Wait a minute. Beep this. What the fuck? The fuck? Oh, hell no. What the shit was that?
That's what I was expecting to happen.
What the fuck? We got one tapped. Oh shit. Okay, Lynn's, we spared Lynn's. Oh my, what the fuck
that's
was...
not even a super boss.
What the hell was that?
That's just a normal tyrant.
Normal tyrant, my ass. What the fuck? Okay, we gotta get the thing healed. Hold on. I'm gonna trade back to mine because I'm not losing the Ares Prime under any circumstances. Barricader, yeah. Thank God. Soul charge. Let's go. Okay, Al, you can have your thing back. I'm sorry for... I had to borrow. I did. Okay, which one of these was mine again? This one? I can't see because my big-ass head's in the way. You'll love to see it. This is it. This one's it. Okay. But yeah, no, dog, that is crazy. You don't realize how easy you can get bodied even at such a high level until it's way too late. But it is funny, though. Yeah, try now for a little bit. Might as well do this. Yeah, get some of that stuff. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Back to Oblivia. But, yeah, man. I mean... I don't know. I kind of want to hear your thoughts on a couple other things, like Xenoblade stuff, if you want to just talk about that for a bit.
Say that again?
I said, would you want to talk... Is there anything about the like, X, or anything related you'd want to talk about?
No, not lore-wise. We pretty much covered all the bases.
I mean, we could talk stupid stuff, like ask, what about freaking Mithras Kid or whatever, because, like, that's always been, like, a freaking huge discussion, especially revolving around 4. Yeah, like, okay, I have to ask, how kept up are you with, in terms of theories about him, or, like, them, I mean?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay, good. Alright, good. Okay, so, just to be clear with you, that child has not appeared... Mithras child has not appeared in any of the games yet. Not a single one. He's not some psychopath that doesn't even share an eye color or really a hair color with his mother or father. That is not him. He has not appeared yet. And they're likely saving him for a big thing later. The future, yes. I mean, look, the funniest theory would be that Malos... I think I was, like, thinking about this the other night, but it'd be funny if, like... For Xenoblade 4, especially if Malos is gonna be, like, a main freaking character for that story. Like, Mithras Kid is brought in. They're, like, they're named Milton. They're a kid. They're a dude. Fucking Malos just comes back and is a woman. I can see that.
I mean, they've done something like that before.
They did do it with A, yeah.
They did that with A.
And that was pretty funny then, too, make no mistake. But, I don't know, just fucking goth girl Malos. I don't know why, but it's funny as hell to me. when Xenoblade 4, whatever they end up calling it, when it gets revealed and in the trailer there is a goth black-haired girl with a purple motif, I'm gonna call that it's gonna be Malloss. I have to make that a joke now because there's no way it's not. I just.
No, it's not gonna be Mouse. It's gonna be Melanie. Melanie.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh my.
Oh.
Nah, I'm in tears. That's funny.
Melanie.
There we go. Okay. But yeah, with frickin'... That was very easy. Okay, so with...
Oh, you chose that voice. Wait, no you didn't.
What?
Did you?
What voice?
Did you choose Schultz's voice?
No. No. Adam Holm was an option. I think he was like Ben Diskins or someone else. I forgot who it was, though. It was definitely not him, and
Somebody on my team just said, I'm really feeling it. And I don't think my character says that.
Yeah.
It must have been your character.
Yeah, but it would sound like Shulk. It would... Listen, you would be able to tell if it sounded like Adam Hoden. I mean, for God's sakes, Bro not only...
You're right. It's not.
Even when Bro is playing an interdimensional Nopon from, like, another reality, it's like, yeah, no, you can still tell it's Adam. He has that voice to him. And for context, what I mean... you know the challenge mode of Xenoblade 2?
Yeah.
And the Nopon's a host that? Yeah, Adam Hoden, I think, voices the main Nopon of that, whole thing. Which is very funny. But yeah, let me think. Just getting a couple items. Let me see. Let me just target. Let me target the back, yeah. Oh, the back isn't dead yet. Hold on. Got him, yes, sir. I was gonna say something. Oh, another thing about 2DE. If they damn. Thought about this the other night too. If they were to do a Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition, but they could potentially add in more characters into the battle mode if they were to go that route. Alrighty. That's one thing at least. Okay. Alrighty, let me see. I mean, let me think. I mean, yeah, Xenoblade 4, gonna be a cool game. Absolutely gonna be fun. I don't know if they're gonna call it... This is another thing, too. Do you think they're going to call it Xenoblade 4, or do you think they'd name it to something else?
I think it would be Xenoblade 4.
Yeah. Because I did think about this for a bit too, but like if they are gonna really change and like say this is gonna be a different arc and all that stuff, it would make sense if they did name it something like Xenosky maybe.
I think they're gonna
but
wrap Xenoblade up in a bow somehow.
Yeah.
You know what? Forget what he just said. It'd be nice if they wrapped Xenoblade up in a bow with Xenoblade 4. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just, you know, left us on a cliffhanger for another 10 years. I would not put it past them.
Yeah.
At least it's not as bad. At least the cliffhangers we're on right now aren't as bad as Xenoblade Chronicles X cliffhanger.
Yeah, no, at least there's some resolution there. It's really just like...
Not cliffhanger.
Yeah. absolutely. I mean, I don't know. The way they also were talking about 3 and Future Redeemed being the end of, like, the Klaus saga of games makes me think they might go the direction of maybe changing the series name to something like, Xenosky, as I just said, because, again, they always... Like, okay, with Blade, it was like, it had an emphasis. It was emphasizing, like, blades as an aspect in the game. If they're going in the direction of, like, exploring realms of, like, gods and other things beyond the usual stuff, like, again, the Xenoblade equivalent of the imaginary number domain from Xenosaga, maybe they'd name it something like Xenosky to emphasize that they're exploring a bunch of different stuff compared to the rest of the Blade series. And also because, like, what Blade would be...
Xenoverse.
God. Why did I assume you were gonna make that joke?
The Xenoverse. Into the Xenoverse.
Now see, that Xenoverse I would play again and again, no questions asked, but you bastard.
You died.
No, I didn't die. No, oh, did you die?
You died on my team.
Oh, damn. Tragic.
I'm fighting Joker.
Oh, shit.
It worked out so well for you.
Yeah, you need...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I already got you to scout level 2.
Yo. Yeah, no, grinding, like, post-game with Joker is, like, the best thing you could do. Like, I haven't even looked at, the level I have now, but I'm positive I'm close to level 64 right now.
That took a while.
Mm-hmm. Lordy. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do end up exploring with, like, what the story would be afterwards, after X Definitive Edition kind of opened the gate to, like, we might be exploring other dimensions and other realms, potentially, in the future. I really don't know what exact answer we would get for it, though. That's kind of the one thing. Felicino, the All-Seeing. I want to fight it.
Go for it.
I'ma kill this fucking lion thing. That did not do a lot of damage. Okay, let's see how this goes. Whoa! Oh god, please. Oh shit.
Die.
Well, Elma fucking just died. Okay, that got crazy.
They're gonna be looking for people who are skills.
Damn. Bro. Instant death. Okay, I perfected that too. Alright, sure. Whatever you say. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm just gonna respawn so we can save Lynn's mech. Damn, mixed. But, yeah, okay. Freaky, let's see. Oh, that's why the storm started up here. Okay, we gotta go back. Got to go back now. Okay, but yeah, I'm very interested to see the direction. I don't have any concrete answers, but I will leave one more thing. I believe I said earlier on, but Ghost essentially equating to devils and them kind of protecting this other conduit thing they have going on with the game. You know, the purple conduit we saw in the middle of chapter 13. I think I could tell what... And again, I've mentioned this part 2, but it's a little more in depth. Xenoblade 4, at the in my opinion, is going to contrast the theme of 3. I think the worlds will remerge. Alrest and the world of Bionius. I think those two worlds are going to come back together, but I think the overall theme is going to be challenging something that's going to rip the world apart again. Because they, realistically, the ghosts are likely going to be brought to the world of X. Hold on. Yeah, what's,
The world of Ionios. Just finishing this sentence. Let's see. So okay, sleuths. We can get sleuths.
Sorry, man. Sorry. Just,
No problem.
yeah. All right. I'm gonna start wrapping this up a bit just to get this finished up and out of the way. But again, my general thing with 4, them trying to defy it, because in my opinion, the ghosts are meant to represent death. I think that the main theme they were going with them is that the ghosts were meant to be literally symbolic of death. Their conduit, contrast the original conduit of 1 through 3 with that, the conduit of 1 through 3 being the one of the Klaus Saga, essentially being a being that can create life. I think the one that Void messed with, the purple conduit, the one that's energy is now part of the Ares Prime, is meant to be sort of a death conduit of sorts. Again, tying into those two conduits being, like, in heavy contrast with each other. And it's likely, with Xenoblade 4, they're gonna essentially be challenging death. 3 was about them separating to let life continue, but 4, they're gonna challenge death and that whole aspect with the ghost. Because let's be real, the ghosts will very likely be the main enemies of 4, unless they say there's a whole new faction made in the new world. But that would probably be something more like Saga, with something like a cult that worships the ghost, rather than, you know, anything like genuinely new. But I do think that would be a general take on the direction. They'll throw in a new version of Malos, whether that is a man or a woman, I don't know. They'll throw in Mithra's kid, hopefully it'll be a he, and he'll be named Milton. That's my headcanon, at least. They'll probably throw back some characters from 1 through 3 as well, in some way, shape, or form. What that would mean for Noah and Mio and how they continue that story, I have no idea, but their reunion, I think, would be inevitable. Whether that happens in 4 or in a Xenoblade 5, I don't know, but that is, I think that's really the only other notes I have. And then also, future Redeemed Rex and Shulk still being part of the Conduit or ever supercomputer that hold Ionios together, and I guess now the New World as well. That angle is still little unknown, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came back via that form, like as part of the Trinity processor and all that in Xenoblade 4. I have no clue about that, but that's one thing I'd say about that. And then now the characters of Xenoblade X are going to get involved in one way or another, whether that is directly or in the form of, like, you know, what they did with Xenoblade 3, where it's a faction born from the world of Mira and its inhabitants. Because let's be real, they're going to bring some of those species in. I think them migrating to this world means that all of the species of X will probably be a part of the world of 4. So, like, the Manon, Neil-Niles race, frickin' whatever L is, probably. They do got options for it. And I'm very excited, to say the least, 100%. Xenoblade is in a really good place right now, and, you know, whether the next thing we get from Monolith is a new IP, Xenoblade 2 Definitive Edition, maybe they help out with a Xenoblade Warriors game, and then we get Xenoblade 4, I don't know. It's a very exciting time, and as a fan, X, as a game, X's new epilogue stuff gave me a lot more to look forward to. It made the grind through the 80-hour campaign feel even more worth it, because it just hit with a banger story at the end. It's just... yeah, no, X is great. Y'all ought to pick up the game. Great time if you wanna, if you're a Xenoblade fan. That being said, go play X. It is a great game. It will take a while, but hey, you are playing this on Switch. You could take it anywhere you want to. There's no excuse not to take it with you on the bus ride or anything else. Go play X. It is worth it. I'm excited for 4. Link, I know you're definitely excited for 4 and whatever else Monolith Soft is planning to pump out in the next 5 years or so during the Switch 2 life cycle. 100%. And I think that will be it for me. Today was a very short stream, make no mistake, but I believe...
Go.
Huh?
Go back, go to the Blade console.
The Blade console, what?
Yeah, it's the console, the smaller console to the right of the mission console, mission control.
Scouting, you mean? Oh, no, not... Wait, which one are you talking about? Hold on, I was about to wrap my thing up. Were you talking about this?
Release recruited blades.
Hold on, what?
At the scout. No, you were at the right one. You're at the correct one.
Oh, I was at the right... Okay. It is the Scout console here.
Yes. And then you pick release scouted blades.
Alright. Alright. That would be it. Okay. Alright, so that is gonna officially be it then. Alright.
And then if you click plus,
Okay.
you should be able to look at. You click plus online, and then you could get rewards.
Yeah, I see this here.
That's where your rewards come from. You should get. Yeah, you can see the rewards from when I scouted you.
Yeah.
So you got the rewards from when you scouted me when you released me.
Alright.
And then that's how you get the rewards from me scouting you.
Alrighty. That is good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I think this is a good place to call it. Again, I hope everyone enjoyed this little romp through Xenoblade X Online. Hopefully you enjoyed me and Link talking about X's story, what we want to see from Xenoblade 4, other Monolith-related stuff we want to see come out in the future. I hope everyone enjoyed this stream. Linkoid, my friend, thank you so much for tuning in. Or, I'm sorry, thank you so much for joining me here today in this little discussion. It is greatly appreciated, my man, rest assured. But...
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with you today.
yeah.
A lot of cool discussions.
I'm happy you enjoyed it. Hope to catch you and hang out with you more in the future, my man. 100%.
Yeah, totally.
So, I think
See you later.
Take care, Linkoid. Have a good one.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Alrighty then. With that being said, guys, once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had a great time on this short little Sunday stream. Hope you guys are excited for the future of Xenoblade and Monolith Soft. Hope you guys go pick up Xenoblade Chronicles X, because it is a really, really good game. Definitely worth the time. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And if I don't see you guys tomorrow, then have yourselves a damn good one. Take care, and have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye.